Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurts takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks his hard tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run. So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurts takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurts takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks his hard tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurts breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline, throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's got it! Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers. We can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from Nothing But Niners Crew. I know you guys have seen me at least 3 times already today on here on YouTube, but normally I like to watch the post-game pressers and do it on my Patreon and all that, but I couldn't wait, man. I just wanted to see how the team reacted to the loss. I'm too anxious to know what the coaches and players had to say following this loss, and I'm going to tell you guys now, I'm probably not going to do a lot of talking unless someone says something just crazy, and I can't bite my tongue anymore, okay? I am looking for accountability. I am looking for accountability, and I am looking for accountability. All right. I want to hear them take onus for this. I want to hear the positives that they pulled away from it. Again, this is all, immediately after the game. So I got to see what happened. I see some of the questions in here. What happened at the end with Saleh? The Jaguars coach, Liam Cohen, he is. Robert Saleh said something earlier in the week that they have a legal way of like stealing signs and it benefits their offense and all that stuff, and that's fine, right? Like, you look for tells, and Saleh said as much. Like, that it's legal, so everyone does it to an extent, but they have a different way of doing it. Blah 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 blah. And then I guess after the game, Cohen started feeling himself and decided to say something to Saleh or mouth off to Saleh, or maybe he said, and screw you for saying I steal signs or something like that. And Saleh was like, yeah, but you do. I don't know exactly what was said, but it was a little confrontation there like that. And they had to be separated, and they went their separate ways. So I don't think there's any love lost or anything like that between those guys at all. So I'm going to I want to watch the pressers. I want to see if I can find like the raw one, like the long one. The Niners have already clipped it up to what they want us to see and all that. So, actually, I will just go ahead and play those. I just want to hear what they have to say. I want to hear what Shanahan has to say. I am definitely looking forward to hearing from quarterback Brock Purdy, and whoever else may speak. I imagine Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner. There's nobody really on offense to highlight. Maybe Jake Tungus. I don't know who they're going to throw at the podium. I haven't seen any of it at all. So we're going to watch this live and together. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. We always start with the head coach because he speaks first. Oh, my bad. Sorry, guys. I got 2 different things open here at the same time. There we go. All right. So let's see what they say. And hopefully it's entertaining. All right? Hopefully it's entertaining. Again, if you guys already saw the post-game pressers, you don't need to watch. You're just going to get my takes off of what their takes are. So I want to hear what they have to say. And we'll go from there. I know that Monday Night Football is on, Sunday Night Football is on. I know everybody wants to see it, so you guys go ahead and do your thing. You guys come back and watch it later on if you want, okay? Here's head coach Kyle Shanahan.
All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Jake Tonjes had a stinger/shoulder. He ended up returning. Ricky Purcell had a knee. Came back for a little bit, but then was out. Juwan Jennings, ribs, ended up returning. Go ahead.
Kyle, do you think that the whole game your guys had the right energy level, or would it just seemed a little slower than usual? The rhythm was low.
Before I even continue, I'm going to give a round of applause. None of those injuries sound serious. None of those injuries sound severe. For any of you that are watching this right now and you're a part of the Patreon community, you guys know that we do during the live games, we do our good luck cheers. Me, my family, the Patreonians, we all do our good luck cheers. And we are 6 for 6 this year. So, we did it the right way. We were hoping for positive news on the injury front. It doesn't sound like anything long term. So, all right, he's asking about the energy of the team. Here we go.
Did you feel that today?
No, not at all. I thought our energy was fine. I thought it was, I think rhythm was tough, probably with the 4 turnovers. And I think we had 1 punt in each half, 4 turnovers. One of them that I think would have been a touchdown. It's tough to overcome those 4 turnovers. Then you give up a punt return for a touchdown. And then we didn't get any. So still had a chance to win that. Had the ball with 2.5 minutes left. Down 5, I believe, around the 50-yard line. But then had another turnover.
Purdy's second interception, was that ball tipped at the line of scrimmage?
I believe so. It looked like it.
I mean, what did you think of his game? It seemed like some passes were high and off target. I mean, does the toe factor into any of that?
You can ask him. I don't think so. And we all got to do better. He had some good plays today, but we all got to do better today.
Turnover, do you think was going to be a touchdown?
On the one to McCaffrey.
Percent healthy? Purdy. Yes.
Wait, what is happening? Like, what did he just say?
You can ask him. I don't think so. And we all got to do better. He had some good plays today, but we all got to do better today.
Turnover, do you think was going to be a touchdown?
On the one to McCaffrey.
Percent healthy? Purdy. Yes.
So Kyle said that he thought one of the turnovers was going to be a touchdown. He said which one? He said the one to McCaffrey. And we went over that with the guys on 49ers Hive. Yeah, he was like, oh, man, that would have been a hell of a play. But all right.
This ask was about Purdy, but when it comes to Purdy, did it seem like he was just trying to knock some dust off maybe or some rust off when he got back out there? What did you see from Purdy?
I saw some inconsistency with their whole offense. Moved the ball, but really killed herself on 4 different turnovers. 2 were fumbles and 2 were picks. 1 was off a tip. 1 was just out of reach of Christian is what it looked like. He was waiting for him to get through there. The guy was grabbing him, so it took a little bit longer than usual. It just sailed on him a bit, and I thought the other one got tipped. But made some plays, still had a chance to win it at the end, and it looked like they got through on that last blitz. But he's just got to protect the ball there.
Well, there's a sequence in the first.
Kyle's doing the thing where he protects his quarterbacks no matter what. She said, what'd you think of Purdy? Did you think he was trying to knock rust off? He gave us a synopsis of how the game went, right? Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. You got to be willing to say, he's a franchise guy. You don't got to coddle him anymore. You don't have to do that. And this is like, where does the motivation come from to get better? Everybody's paid. Kyle's paid. John Lynch is paid. They got their contracts. Purdy's paid. He's got his contract. Where does the motivation to become better come from? How about the head coach saying by any player who didn't play up to par, they've got to play better? The turnovers killed us. No shit. We know that part already. Like, tell us something about how you felt Purdy played.
Penalty before the 3rd down there.
Yes.
And they didn't get to them. Did you signal that very clearly to them, or?
Yes, and they told me they messed up. So.
And then on the challenge, it looked like we all saw the replay at so much time.
Yeah.
Did you think that was reversible?
I did think. I thought I saw one that I thought was a chance to be reversible. So we took our shot on it, especially I think it was a 3rd and 15. It was a huge momentum change there, and I thought it was worth taking it.
The one you tried to decline, you called timeout there, so they can't go back and.
I called timeout because they weren't doing what we wanted them to do, and that's where they couldn't go back. So that's where they just apologized.
After game, Liam and Salah were exchanging words. Are you surprised that, I assume over sign stealing, are you surprised that Cohen maybe wasn't thrilled about that?
No, try to clear it up, but I didn't see what happened, so I'm not sure. Don't think you should be that sensitive about it, but it is what it is. Not too worried about it.
With Ricky, is there any indication of the severity? With Ricky and his knee, is it a re-aggravation or any indication of the severity? Okay.
Yeah.
Any indication of the severity?
We're not sure yet.
Special teams been an issue since last year. This game there's a return touchdown. I think there could have been a block in the back being called. Do you think the same way, or on that play when Sarah Neal got shoved before he break it?
I guess not the clip. Yeah, it looked like one to me. That's what I thought I saw. But
is there something you think special teams could have done better? Forward?
Yeah, tackle the guy. On that one, wish we would have got that call, and I'll see it closer on film. The other one, we did have a guy on him. He broke through that broke through an arm tackle, and then he hit it. I'm not sure what happened with the rest of it.
What was your view of the Upton Stout interception or the penalty that they called on?
It looked like a hell of a play.
You obviously lose a lot without Nick, but how surprised were you with the lack of pressure you guys were able to put on with that pass rush today?
Did he say, Kyle, you obviously lose a lot without Nick? Like, is that what he said?
You obviously lose a lot without Nick, but how surprised were you with the lack of pressure you guys were able to put on with that pass rush today?
Great question.
I don't know. I have to watch the tape. I know we didn't get any sacks and stuff, but I thought their main thing was they ran the ball. They got some explosives in the run game, especially I think they got a 50-yarder, something like that. So I think that is tough to generate pass rush when they're dependent on the run like that. And it looked like they had way too many quick throws that we need to be more competitive on. The quarterback got the ball out of his hands fast. When you do that, there's not many opportunities for sacks.
Kyle, a lot of people.
Dan, I see your question here. He says, what did he say about the pick? He said he thought it was a hell of a play, meaning he did not agree with the penalty. But those are the kind of things that you can't say as a coach without getting fined and all that kind of stuff. So he can say, I thought that our guy got held. That's fine. He can say that I declined the penalty and they made a mistake and they couldn't change it. He can say that because they acknowledge that already. What he can't say is, I think that was a bad call. He can say, I think it was a missed call. There were some opportunities and all that stuff. He can't say that was a bad call or I disagree with that, whatever. That's what they're not supposed to say without getting fined. So that was what he said about the pick.
You say this was a trap game with your, Rams looming in just a few days. Did you feel that at all, that it was after you get the fast start, and then what do you do?
Terrible question. Coaches don't believe in trap games. That is something that fans talk about because we feel like a team is overlooking someone. There is no coach that ever goes into a game and says, I'm overlooking this game. I'm going to purposely lose this game. It's a terrible question to ask to a head coach. It's absolutely terrible because what you're saying is, did you not prepare your team for the opponent in front of you? And no coach is ever going to say, yeah, we kind of went lackadaisical throughout the week. Like it's a terrible question.
You to kind of make sure that you're ready for
we didn't think it was a trap game at all. We've been watching film on them all week. We knew they were a good team, and we knew we'd have to play really well. And regardless of what we did playing-wise, when you have 4 turnovers and get 0, that's kind of obsolete. But you can't let 1 become 2. We got a game here in 4 days. Guys got to get home, get to sleep, start recovering right away, and we'll get the players in on Tuesday.
Obviously, it looked like you might have got one with Stout, but didn't. The call went the other way. But I think it's 11 games now without an interception. I know last year doesn't count, but what's going to take that to turn that around?
We got to catch one. We've had our hands on. To me, at least one each game. The one we did come down with was Stout, and unfortunately they called a penalty on that play. But we got when we get an opportunity to do it, we got to make sure to come down with it.
Another stupid question. Oh, what's it going to take for you guys to start getting interceptions? Like, what the fuck? Do you not see us? Are you not watching the games? The opportunities are there. The guys are they're on the defensive side of the ball for a reason, right? But still, like, they're catching them, and the ones that they do intercept, it happens to be a penalty on it. Like, what do you want the coach to say in that situation? Like,
seeing out of the running game week after week that's not really breaking through?
Just not enough explosives, really. I mean, we're getting extremely heavy two-shell defenses, and I would have thought we would have done better today because you get heavy two-shell defenses. You can't get a big explosive run. Usually it comes down to third down, and that's what we struggled at the week before. But I thought we did real well on third down today. Which should have kept us out there and kept us going. That's what's so frustrating with the turnovers that we had.
How do you get a team out of playing a lot of two-shell? I mean, what can you do to exploit two-shell?
You keep attacking them and score points. You run the ball. You make them come up there tighter. You stay on the field. Stuff I think would have happened. I think that's why we moved the ball a lot today. I don't think moving the ball is a problem, but you got to score points for it to count. I think we had 2 chances in the red zone that I believe we should have scored on. We didn't get it done, but I believe it was there. And then I was happy with us everywhere else in terms of staying on the field and moving on third down, but when you turn it over on first and second, it really doesn't matter.
Is it positive to have a game in 4 days so that you don't dwell on this and you can just move forward?
There's no difference to me. It'd be the same either way.
In these 2 games this season, Brock has 5 turnovers. There's a lot that goes into that. How would you diagnose what the problem is there?
It's 2 games, so there's no absolute to what the problem is. I think we just talked about what the turnovers happen. The one tip was unfortunate. The one just out of Christian's reach. Wish it would have been closer to him. And then you just got to protect the ball in the pocket when the guys are there.
Oh my God. He finally blamed Brock, right? Like the one to Christian. Wish it was closer to him. He said earlier it would have been a touchdown. Brock, this is as much public discipline and finger shaking as you're going to get from your head coach. I hope that resonates, buddy. Got to deliver a better ball.
3 of the 4 turnovers, was that a matter of rust or just him not being 100% healthy?
What's that?
He was responsible for 3 of the 4 turnovers. Was that a matter of rust from him not playing or just not being 100% healthy?
Neither. It was just what happened on those 4 plays or 3 plays, kind of what I've been saying.
On the Saleh bringing up the sign stuff last week, was that strategy?
You know what? I love that Kyle didn't blame it on him not being healthy, not being ready, being rusty, blah, 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 blah. I can't say this enough. There was no injury designation on Brock Purdy. None. It's not like full participant with toe injury or blah, blah, none of that. He just wasn't on there anymore. We got to stop making excuses for him. We have to stop. So I love that Kyle did it there. Good job, Kyle.
That were you, hey, let's bring it up. Let's see if we can knock them off their game a little bit, or was that just Robert saying it?
That was Robert just saying that and talked along with it. So I cleaned it up the next day.
It could piss them off. I mean, I know it's not whether the team is mad or not, but it could piss off the other team, could piss off the other coaches. That's something you thought was the right thing to do?
Yeah, we don't totally care if coaches are pissed off. I mean, that has no effect on a game. So I think Saul was paying them a big compliment what they're good at doing. It's not illegal. He said nothing illegal about it. I think when you use the word sign stealing and what headlines give with those type of words, I think that then the perception of that becomes wrong. And I don't think that was the goal, what he wanted to do.
Coach, this is the team's first game without Bosa, and there's been some talks about trade or maybe signing for someone, try to replace him. Obviously, it's hard to replace him on both the run front and the pass rush. I'm sorry. I'm just saying this is the first game the team has played without Bosa, and there's been talks about signing someone or trading for someone to try to replace him. Obviously, it's difficult with his presence on the field. Can you give us anything on that? Or?
Yeah, you don't replace Bosa.
Anything else, guys?
He's good? All right, thanks.
Wow. All right, Kyle. I like it, man. I like it, bro. I do. Here's what I'll say. Here's what I have in closing. Kyle's not a happy guy, and that tells me that Kyle expected to win this game. His demeanor, the way he was acting, he completely expected to win this game. Toma T. I don't think there's a single person out there that only blame Brock Purdy today. No one. Everyone talked about drops, not just by CMC, Kendrick Bourne, Juwan Jennings, the offensive line, special teams. I have no idea why you're acting like people are only blaming Brock Purdy. That's all I got for you. All right, Fred Warner's up next. Let's hear from the man, Fred.
There was a bit of a shouting match after the game. Were you, between Saleh and Cohen, the head coach for the Jaguars, were you aware of that, and do you know what that was about?
No, I had no idea that even happened. Yeah, I have no idea. It's just the emotions of the game, I guess, and just leave it at that.
What did you think of the defense? They got their running game going in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We took too long to get going. That first half was not good enough. The explosive runs, leaky yardage. I think in the second half it was better, but still not up to our standard. Guys need to know where they're fitting, getting on and off blocks, making tackles, driving for 5. So looking to obviously be better on that this week, going into next week.
Fred, the term trap game gets thrown around a lot. Did that feel a little bit like that? What this was for
No,
you guys?
not at all. Not at all. I think that's a great football team right there, and we didn't play good enough to win that game at all. The fact that we were even still in that game, down 5 with an opportunity to win it, being down 4-0 or 3-0 at that point in the turnover battle with a special teams touchdown, you would have thought that we'd be getting blown out by 20-30 at that point, right? So didn't play good enough to win at all. I look at opportunities that were missed, by me. I had 2 opportunities to, pick the ball off. Didn't happen. Balls on the ground, we don't get it. So, yeah, we got to find ways on defense to take the ball away. We got to play way better run defense. And luckily it's a short week, so we get to correct that right away.
Fred, the Rams won today. You guys are both 3-1, heading into a short week. How important is it to flush this game mentally going on to a short week?
Yeah, extremely important. Obviously the Rams are a great football team. It's on the road, divisional game, after dropping this game. So we got to, completely flush it, obviously learn from our mistakes, and get ready for a huge divisional game on Thursday.
I didn't like the way that question was phrased. How important is it to flush this game and move on? No. You got to learn from your losses. You got to learn from every situation in the wins, right? But you especially have to learn from the losses. You can't just sit here and be like, oh, everything is fine. It's a loss and we got a short week. No, I want them to harp on it. I want them to focus on it. They should absolutely take some time, study this film, go over everything, and get better from today's loss. I mean, shit, they made a lot of the same mistakes that they made in the wins. So, you don't just ignore it and keep it pushing. That's not how it works. That's not how it should work. Let me change it. It's not how it should work. They have to be better. That's it. Stop with this whole hurry up and shake it off and move on to the next game. No. Dwell on it, bro.
This is too obvious of a question, but how different is it without Nick on the field with you in terms of your perspective and then how the Jaguars approached you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we knew the challenges without having Nick out there, but I wouldn't say there was a certain feel out there that was noticeable. I mean, of course you want one of your best players to be out there, but I don't know if they game planned us any different. I'll have to look at the tape.
You guys I'm sorry, I walked in late.
No,
you had you guys stress takeaways to the point where you had a special ball meeting here to stress them and get them. You got closed out a couple of games on defense, but the picks haven't been there yet. How much do you will be stressing the takeaway aspect in the next few weeks?
Yeah, no, we stress it every week. I hate to say that it's just not bouncing our way, but, like I mentioned before you got in here, that, I look at those 2 that I could have had today. It's just making the most of those opportunities. We punch one out and we don't get on it. It's just, Upton Stout had one, but got called back with a penalty. So it's just continuing to find ways to get it. Luckily, we have a short week to try to right that wrong and try and take some away on Thursday night.
Fred, you're one of the leaders in the room. How would you like your team to react to this loss?
Yeah, short-term memory. I mean, I think you got to obviously, you can't just like put it, you got to put it behind you, but you need to learn from why did we lose this game. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you're not going to win a game if you're 4-0 in the turnover battle. You know, special teams touchdowns, like we got to play better. Like we didn't play good today. Our run defense was horrible. You know, if we just played even a little bit better than what that was, let's say we were 2-0 in the turnover battle, like maybe we win that game, which is still, you know, credit to everybody in that locker room, the fact that we have fighters to continue to fight and, you know, still be in a game down 5, but that's not winning football at all, right? So we got to find ways to take the ball away, take care of it, clean things up on all 3 phases, and we'll give ourselves plenty of chances to win going forward.
Phenomenal
This
answer,
is the first
Fred.
game that
Phenomenal.
without Nick. How do you feel like the team can improve on generating pressure without him moving forward?
Yeah, we just gotta, you know, everybody's got to do their 111 out there. It's not anybody trying to make up for Nick. It's about just guys doing their job, right? Everybody up front, guys in the back end playing sticky. If we play together, all 11 on the field, then we'll get exactly what we need.
All good, guys? Thank you,
Cool, thanks.
For
All right.
or more, all of them involving you.
Before we hear from Purdy here, damn, I saw a comment I wanted to. You know what? Never mind. Let me just go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm not going to drag this out. Never mind. Let's go, Purdy.
How do you, 4 turnovers in this game, many or most, all of them involving you? How do you break down this generally what happened during all those turnovers?
I mean, we can't do it. It's the NFL, and it starts with me. You know, throwing better balls and being smart with the ball, and so I think it really starts there. And I just got to be better. So, but outside of that, like as an offense, like it's something that we harp on every single day, and our team knows it. Offense needs to protect the ball. Defense needs to go take it. Like that's our thing. And so today, the offense, we didn't succeed in that area. So it hurts. It's the NFL, man. If you give the ball away like that, teams are going to capitalize on it, and the Jaguars did. So.
To JJ, that you were going for the middle there. I know it got deflected, but did you see that guy? Did you think you could layer it over him, or was that just a bad decision?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a tight window, and I was going to try to get it to JJ, and you know, got tipped, and the backer came back and got it. So I mean, looking back on it, I'm going to have to watch the film to see. I really don't know yet.
How did you feel physically?
Felt good. Thought I was able to go out and play quarterback and get it to JJ, and
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the question was, did you see him? Right? Like, wasn't that the question?
We're going to capitalize on it, and the Jaguars did. So.
To JJ, that you were going for the middle there. I know it got deflected, but did you see that guy? Did you think you could layer it over him, or was that just a bad decision?
Yeah,
He specifically asked about the individual player. He specifically asked about the individual player. Did you see him? Did you think you could layer it over him? Listen to the answer.
I thought it was going to be a tight window, and I was going to try to get it to JJ, and you know, got tipped, and the backer came back and got it. So I mean, looking back on it, I'm going to have to watch the film to see. I really don't know yet.
So, guys, based off of his answer, did he see him? Chat, there's people here. Just give me a quick yes or no. Did he see him? Did he answer the question at all? It wasn't a complicated question. Did you see him? Were you trying to layer it over him? It's going to be a tight window. You threw it across the middle. I mean, we know that already. But he didn't answer the question. Yeah, whatever.
How did you feel physically?
Felt good. Thought I was able to go out and play quarterback and give our team a chance, and so that's that.
So it didn't bother you?
No.
What do you think of your mechanics as far as lower body? It seemed like you left some balls high this week in practice, and we saw a little bit of that today. Is that related in any way, do you think, to the toe?
I'm not really sure. I think just getting back out there and throwing and getting into a rhythm, you know, being down 2 weeks, you know, coming back and feeling out my body and everything, obviously how my toe feels. And so honestly, I don't know the answer to that, but obviously I'm going to watch this film, look at my mechanics, and be real with myself and try to fix that. So.
Any pain-killing injections before the game at halftime?
No.
After the fumble at the end there, you were pounding the grass real hard. I don't know if I've ever seen you do that. Was that just over the play? Was it over the whole thing? What was kind of the emotion there?
Yeah, I mean, just the whole thing. You know, for us to turn the ball over like that throughout the game and then have a chance to win the game at the end. Our defense just played their butt off, and gave us a chance. And then, we get the ball rolling, and then we had an op to possibly take a shot and go deep. And then obviously the ball goes on the ground, and I was mad over everything. The opportunity we had right there to get back in the game, what we had done all day for myself, with the ball. So just frustrated in the moment for sure.
Rocket, the red zone, you guys, I know you haven't been in for all the games, but you guys are not converting much in the red zone in terms of touchdowns. How would you just diagnose what's keeping you guys back in that area?
Honestly, same thing. I'm just gonna have to go watch the film on this, and it's it's tough to like recap. Obviously, it's tight windows, and you got to capitalize when there's an opportunity, and down there in the red zone, man, and those are crucial plays and drives, and obviously we can settle for a field goal and be smart with the ball, but at the same time, like if there's an opportunity to score, we got to do that, and especially to pull away and to put pressure on the other team, like that's the stuff that we have to be better at as an offense, and starting with the quarterback too, like with myself, like we got to be better. So
I don't police the chat a whole lot, especially on these shows, but like you're not helping. How does somebody help? I'm assuming the 49ers in the YouTube chat. Like, are coaches watching the chat comments for tips or like? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't think it was worthy of a shut up. Like, you're not helping. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go back to the presser here.
Somewhat of a loaded question. When it comes to how you felt getting back out there, if at all, did you feel that you were kind of settling back into being in game time action, and maybe that contributed at all to like the mistakes that were made? And then you had some new faces out there that have become, that are now wide receivers with you guys that weren't out there when you were healthy. Did that at all? I know Kendrick talked about the fact that he kind of blamed himself for dropping the ball. Do you think either of those things kind of contributed to today?
Honestly, like I know the receivers are new and everything like that, and you can talk chemistry and things, but I think at the end of the day, it's football, and he's awesome, man. I love playing with that guy, and he's real, and he's like, hey man, I just dropped the ball, took my eyes off or whatever, and so we're real about it. And for me, like to JJ, like I threw the ball a little late, maybe got tipped, like we're just real about it. I don't think it has anything to do with chemistry or anything. Like we're in the NFL, you can go out, practice, get our reps in, and then go out in the game and be ready to roll. So there's no other excuse. It's just we got to keep moving together and making sure the operation, the plays, we're playing together. Like those are things that we're just going to have to continue to grow together with. But it's nothing really more than that. But we'll be just fine. I know it's early in the season and this one sucked, but we're going to learn from our mistakes. We got a quick turnaround and we'll be ready to roll. So
I'm going to piss some people off with this comment here. I'm going to. His mentality is just not one of accountability, in my opinion. Not in this presser, because I have done other pressers with Brock Purdy after not having a good game, and he has been very accountable. So let me be clear. Right now, he's not doing a good job. I'm going to compare it to something we heard 2 weeks ago from Mac Jones. And Mac Jones was talking about how he had the turnover, he was upset with himself. The opening drive, he wasn't settled in. Then later on, he had a turnover, and they went to him and said, hey, calm down. We're here. We got you. And he said he had to go to the side and do this breathing exercise and calm himself down and all that, right? Like, it was like, okay, this is on me. This is my fault. I got to get better. That's not what I hear right here. What I just heard in that log-ass answer was, it's football, and you got to go on to the next play. You got to move on. We got to get better. We got to get better. We got to get better. And I'm not saying that Mac Jones should be the quarterback or anything like that. I'm just comparing the recent quarterback pressers and what accountability sounds like versus what it doesn't sound like. This doesn't sound like accountability. Hearing someone say, I messed up, I have to go back, I have to calm myself down. It's something I've been working on since I got here in San Francisco. They preach that a lot. Like, I would like to hear Brock Purdy say, I've got to settle down. I got some things I need to work on. He's not exactly saying that. I got to be better. I shouldn't throw it so high. All right. That's like reactionary, And then Daniel Garcia, it's pretty obvious to anyone that has watched him play the position, he's clearly not right health-wise. Not an excuse. but he's still hurt. Maybe not an excuse, but this is a coping mechanism, DG. And this isn't a shot at you, but he was specifically asked, were you hurt? Were you rusty? He said no. Grant Cohn then asked, did you have to take any pills or shots for pain and coping during the game or at halftime? He said no. Kyle asked, was he rusty? Was it the foot injury still? And Kyle said no. They're all saying he's not hurt. So we can't sit here and be like, yeah, but he is, though. So that's why he played the way he played. This is how Brock Purdy has been playing, guys. This is how he's been playing. 11 games, 11 turnovers, 11 interceptions. It's not even counting the fumbles. So, like, just we can't keep acting like we don't see what we see. Your eyes aren't deceiving you this time, guys. They're not. Now, were there tip passes and batted passes and all that stuff? Absolutely. But you're seeing what you're seeing. This is a healthy quarterback, and this is how he plays. This is the same quarterback that's going to come out later on and have a 3-touchdown game with no interceptions. That's who Brock Purdy is, and it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to cope. This one right here, accept it for what it is. That's all. That's all. You're going to get more games like this one. And you're not 4 turnovers, I hope, right? Like, let's hope that it doesn't get that high again. But you're going to get games like this one. Maybe we recover the fumble. Maybe we recover the fumble, and it's only 3 turnovers, right? Maybe one of those tip passes is dropped, you know? Like, it may not be to this extent, but the high passes and the moving around too much and the low passes, that's what Brock Purdy does. It's who he is. Consistently inconsistent.
How difficult is it? I know you said you're going to review this game, but you also got to prepare for the Rams defense. How difficult is that going into a short week?
Yeah, I mean, any Thursday night game is always a little tough when you only have, 3 days really to get ready. And let your body get back into it and try to heal up quick and then go out and perform and win an NFL game. It's not easy, but I know we can do it. We've done it before, and we're all hungry. The vibe in that locker room is we just want to get out and play again and clean things up. So we're going to take it one day at a time.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we got CMC now.
Obviously a tough one here to fall by 5. My math served me correctly. But to do that, to know that there were so many mistakes, what are you guys talking about amongst the offense when it comes to trying to make sure that that doesn't recreate itself on Thursday?
I think just move on. I think we lost today. Yeah, we didn't play good enough. We made a bunch of mistakes all over the field and still had a chance to win, And so with an early game coming up, you just correct the mistakes. A lot of these mistakes are super uncharacteristic, and we gotta just look ourselves in the mirror and move on because it's a quick turnaround. And just a bad game all around. Excited to move on from it.
The interception. What happened there? I mean, it would have looked like a tough catch, but catchable.
Yeah, I went up with 2, and then I didn't think I could get it with 2, so at last second I had to try to get it with 1, and I got to just haul that thing in. Felt like I was getting held at the line there, though. It was tough to get out. But once again, I can make that play, and I need to make that play.
You're 1 of 3 in the red zone today. It's been a little bit of an issue the first 4 games. Anything you can put your finger on to diagnose why it's been tough to finish there?
Not right after the game. I think overall we're close. I think, we got to gel a little bit better together. But we are close, and, this is a tight league, and the room for error is very slim. So all the mistakes are correctable, and there's little things here and there that we just, once we start rolling, we can start get it going again. I'm excited for that.
It's like George talking to Brock there after the locker room. We see his demeanor all the time. He never seems to be too high, too low. Do you have any discussion with him? Like, hey, it was a rough one, lots of turnovers, but it ain't all your fault. Don't put it all on yourself. Any kind of thing like that?
Yeah, I've never been a part of an undefeated team. I think one team has, and you lose in this league, and when you lose, I think that's how it's about how you respond. And everybody in that locker room's lost before. Everyone in the locker room's, maybe not played their best. And as a team, we've not played our best. But the beauty is we play in 4 days, and so that's stuff that, you know, with quick turnarounds, as I said, you know, you just flush it and move on and get better.
There's a lot of young players in that room. You got to learn how to win in this league. You got to learn how to lose. How would you like them to react to this loss?
Just stay hungry. You know, I mean, once again, you can't hang your head. You know, you got to just learn from the tape. You know, whether you're young or old, you know, you learn from the tape and keep moving and get better and come out ready to roll on Thursday.
There hasn't been much run room for you all 4 games. Are you seeing the same thing over and over again, where it's how they're playing you or scheming you guys up?
I think, look, I mean, we're close. Again, in the run game, we're close. You know, it's not good on paper, and I put a lot of that on me, and it takes all 11 to run the ball, but we are close, and I feel really confident in our guys, and we just got to keep trucking. You know, it is tough when you got a lot of guys flushing in and out, and you know you're missing a lot of guys, and things can be off just a little bit that can make or break runs, and but we are close, and we'll get it rolling.
You mentioned the uncharacteristic turnovers you guys had today. Does it feel surreal for that to have happened, and does it still feel that way?
Surreal wouldn't be the word I use. You know, it happens. You know, sometimes, you know, at the end of the day, we turned the ball over 4 times and still had a chance to win at the end there. So you can't harp on anything that's happened in the past, whether it's good or bad. You know, I think from a player's mindset, it's next play. You know, you're fight or flight in a game. And so your emotions can't get too high and can't get too down, because you never know what play could be the one that changes it, and you just got to keep your head in it.
Did you get the sense that Brock was limited at all out there and battling through some injury?
No, I didn't get the sense at all. Yeah, I think once again, we, you know, myself included, we had a lot of drops for him too. You know, when you have those kind of plays, you know, it can get put on the quarterback, but I thought he did a great job out there. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Corey.
What a good guy. What a good guy. I thought he did a great job out there, he said. I do like him taking responsibility for what happened out there. I do like him saying that, you know, we had some drops. You know, they asked about the run game. He said, I put a lot of that on me. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, there were some questions that were going around about this Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen exchange. And guys, I have footage, and you can actually hear what was said. You want to hear it? You guys want to hear it? No? Well, too bad. You can hear it anyway. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is what was said. Listen closely. I'm going to go on mute. Keep my name out of your mouth. Keep my name out of your mouth. Fuck you, dude. Because we all know he wouldn't have said that shit if they had lost. Like, oh, get out of here. Get out of here. They just won their Super Bowl. Congratulations. Congrats. All right, that's it. That's all I was here for, guys. All right. Thanks for rocking with me. You guys are great. Stay faithful, guys. Listen, man, I had this as a loss, and I still got the Niners only losing 4 games this year. So, you know, I'm not saying that I'm right or Nostradamus or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it's okay, that this loss is going to hurt us the least. And I got the Niners winning on Thursday. I know that nobody out there believes that right now. I know that nobody believes it right now, right? But I just want to remind everybody of something really quick, right? You have this situation, Panthers and Falcons last week, right? And the Falcons and Panthers, that final score was 30-0, okay? 30-0. Today, the Falcons put up 34 and beat the Commanders. So last week they go from no points at all to putting up 34. and getting a win. So they lost last week 0-30. This week they come out and put up 34 and they win. Against Washington, but they won. And they won convincingly. The Panthers today put up 13 while the Patriots put up 42. 1 week does not define a season. One game does not define a season. One series does not define a series. Like we have to, yeah, we're overreacting. Yeah, we're all upset. We don't like the way we lost. If we lost the same exact way, but it was Mac Jones in there, you know what we would be saying about this Rams game? Thank God Brock Purdy is coming back. That's what we would be saying. Thank God Brock Purdy is coming back. So it's Brock's first game back. He's played one game, not counting today. He's played one game since last year. It's his second game. We're all on week 4 mind. Brock Purdy, it's his second game. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I promise you guys, it's going to be okay. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe we do lose to L.A. Maybe the Rams do get us. Maybe. I'm willing to bet my mortgage we don't have 4 turnovers in that game. I am willing to bet my mortgage, and this is a big one, they're not returning a punt for a touchdown in that game. Sometimes you got to get humbled, so you take a step back and you make the right corrections. The Falcons just did it. Why can't we? Why not us? Why not us? All right? That's it. That's all I got for you guys. I had a lot of fun overreacting. All right? I want to be clear that a win is not going to change the way I feel about Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy, for better or worse. Can we do better? Absolutely. Absolutely. Can we do worse? For sure. For sure. This offensive line needs some help? Damn real. Absolutely. But we got to wait for some chemistry to happen, guys. Christian McCaffrey was alluding to it. He said we got guys in and out of that lineup all the time. And sometimes the smallest amount of space can make or break a big play. He said we're right there. Was that a shot at Connor Colby? Maybe. But it's not necessarily a shot. Hey, young fella, get acclimated. Get a feel for this game. Get a feel for Trent. Get a feel for Brindle. They ran a lot to the left today. They ran a lot to the left behind Colby. A lot to the left. Opportunities are going to happen. We are not going to go this entire season without a rushing touchdown. We are not going to go this entire season with our longest rush being 17 or 18 yards. It's not going to happen. And while we are prisoners of the moment, rightfully so, let's make sure that we remember to take those steps back. I remember years and years and years ago when Jim Harbaugh was here, the Niners went mad long without interception. Mad long. And Jim Harbaugh goes to the podium. He starts talking about this olive jar. Has he ever opened a jar of olives and turned it upside down and none of them fall out because they're all kind of stuck? You pound and pound on it. So you stick your finger in there, you get one to fall out, and the next thing you know, they all roll out. We're back. That's where we are. We're not going to go this whole season without an interception, guys. Think about this. This is the worst our run game has looked since Kyle Shanahan has been here. This is the worst it's looked when it comes to defensive interceptions. This 2-game stretch and the interceptions and turnovers for Brock Purdy, it's the worst 2-game stretch of his career. And we're 3-1. We're in first place in the NFC West. I don't know. I went outside and I looked. The sky was still up there. It wasn't falling. It wasn't falling at all. All right? That's what I got for you guys. That's what I got for you guys. Brock Purdy is going to throw more interceptions. Let me be clear. He is going to throw more interceptions. It's going to be more drop passes along the way. It's not going to look like that. It's not going to be that bad. We punted twice all game. We were moving the ball. We're going to tighten up. We're going to right this ship. We're going to get some consistent weapons out there. We went stretches without Pearsall. We went stretches without Jennings. And the game that we don't have Ayuk and George Kittle. We went stretches without Juice. We punted twice all game, one in each half. There's a lot in the bad that you can take away and make good. Just stay faithful, guys. Just stay faithful. All right, I'm out of here, man. I'm off my soapbox. Prepare for glory, anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but niners.